Oh, good morning, Isabel. I hope you are well and have recovered from your fantastic experience of chairing one of our esteemed judging panels at the Festival of Media Global Awards. I suppose the first thing I'd love to ask you is what you felt about the experience and what it was like to be the chair.
I mean, first of all, thank you very much for having me as chair. And as I've said to all of the judges who were part of my sessions, it was a superb year to be judging, because whilst as judges we all had very different perspectives on the work, we were all united by the outstanding quality, creativity, and the business results that we saw in the entrance. And it's really clear that creativity thrives in very difficult times, and this year has been tough. It's been tough for everyone. So a great year to be judging and celebrating fantastic work coming through.
Well, I mean, that's great, and it sounds like a brilliant experience, and we get really excited when our judges have come away with some real insight and enjoyment out of the experience, even though you're looking at the virtual screen at the moment. But I suppose leading on from that is, in terms of the quality of work, there'll be a lot of people out there who, you know what it's like yourself, when you get shortlisted for work, you then want to win those trophies. But from the sounds of it, the work quality was so high. If you win an award, I'm expecting, the bar was really high, and you guys presided and discussed and debated over many of the shortlisted entrants.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen entries from brands big and small, new and old, and brands have been pivoting fast to serve consumers very differently during this past year, during the pandemic. People have been working whilst experiencing the physical and emotional effects of COVID on themselves, their families, their communities, working virtually, often interspersed with homeschooling as well. So a huge thank you to everyone, not only for taking the time to submit entries, but for really raising the bar on the qualities of entries once more. It has been very, very inspiring to see the quality coming through.
Oh, that is fantastic to hear. And do you think the categories and the entrants within those categories that you saw kind of gave a real fair breadth and depth of the world, the different cultures and the different parts of the universe, I suppose?
Yes, I think as someone who works in a global role, my role is Global Media Director at Diageo, I'm always delighted to see a breadth of entries that is truly representative of the different societies, different cultures across the globe. And I believe that this year, the entries absolutely achieves that. And across all of the entries, there was definitely this overarching theme of responding to the pandemic, exploring new ways to do things, and then hitting the ground running to do it. So I think that most people will find the winning entries to be equally relatable as they are inspiring, because they reflect life in the industry across all corners of the globe over the past 14 months.
Wow, okay. And on that theme of themes and insights, was there anything you saw? Obviously, from a pandemic perspective, people working in different ways and different routes, but was there one kind of overriding theme that kind of really shone through all of the work? There might not have been, but I just wonder if there was a theme that kind of you noted across all of those entrants.
Well, it's funny that you mention insight, because actually, for me, it was the power of a strong insight that then stems through every part of the activation that really set apart the winning entries this year. Strong media activation always starts with understanding people, and I'm certainly inspired to invest more of my time doing just that, seeing what an amazing result that has when it's done well as part of the entries this year.
Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds good. That's really good, because we've had a few, I've spoken to a few chairs this week, and it's been really interesting. Some of the groups have talked about purpose, some on data. So it's really interesting to get a different insight and a different look into what was happening in your room, which is absolutely wonderful. And within your room and within your group, were there any campaigns, one or two campaigns that kind of really, you thought, wow, I didn't see that coming. That has really kind of changed the way I particularly think about a medium, or the way that you saw a campaign that really blew your socks off?
Yeah, there's one particular campaign that springs to mind, and it was in the creative use of media awards. It was pedigree dogmatizing in Croatia. And the reason that this one springs to mind and immediately makes me smile is because when I saw the entry, it made me laugh and go, wow, that's smart, in equal measures. And then when I saw the business results, it demonstrated how strong creativity in media can really accelerate the growth of a brand. So I'd encourage everyone to have a look at pedigree dogmatizing in Croatia.
I love that. And I love the fact it's, from a country that you potentially would not have thought about as being a gold setting standard for the industry. So that's even more exciting. And I suppose, look, on a final note, what would be lovely is to kind of, what did you take out of the whole process? What were the key things you've taken home with you?
I mean, for me, when I have a look at the awards, I'm going, is this going to encourage more fantastic talent to join our industry, to help our industry continue to thrive both now and in the future? And when I look at the entries from this year, it is absolutely the case. And it will inspire me to do better in my job, and it will definitely inspire more people to join us, which I think is a great result all round.
Oh, thank you, Isabel. That's much appreciated. And look, once again, thank you so much for being part of our judging panel and being the chair. It's an honour to have you on board, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and good luck, everyone.